Hello there everybody, Basil from TechnoTalk here with Java Tutorial 9. Now that we've been getting a little bit more past the basics, I think I went over arrays last time, and there's some other things that I should go over with arrays, but really I'm starting to become a little more loose and I don't really care about going as much in order. So actually, just to teach you guys something a little cool that you can do with Java, I'm going to be teaching you about JOptionPane today, which is, you see here we have public class SGUI. That stands for simple GUI, because JOptionPane is, first off, what's a GUI? A GUI is a graphical user interface. So you know how, what we've been doing pretty much so far is whenever we run the program, it's been, showing up in the console down here. Of course, that's just Eclipse. With JCreator, for example, or if you were to run this from command prompt, these programs that we've been making would just show up, in the little black box command prompt, and it's not really, that's not how you run programs on a computer. It's not everything is from command prompt. So the thing about a graphical user interface is it creates like a window that you can work with and build your code into that. Now the thing about JOption, now I think, well, first off, is that GUIs are actually kind of complicated to make, but JOptionPane is a very simple way of doing it because it uses a built-in Java feature. So the first thing we're going to do is we're going to import JOptionPane. So we're going to say import Java X, make sure you put the X there, .swing .JOptionPane, semicolon. Make sure that you spell JOptionPane exactly like that, capital J, capital O, and then option, and then capital P, pane, and that will import it. Now, basically, say we want to just have a simple plain message box. It's just a window that says something. We're going to give it a title. We're going to give it something in the body. What we would say is our command would be JOptionPane .show message dialog. Make sure you make all these capitals the way they are. And then let's get rid of this for a second. Eclipse likes to fill things in for you. And the semicolon. And in parentheses, we're going to have four things. The first thing that you're going to have is the position of where the dialog is going to be. Now, for now, just put null. That basically just gives it a centered position, because we really don't want to give it one. And then the second thing you're going to have is, I think the title. No. The second thing you're going to have is the body of the dialog of the window. So here, just put quotation marks and go ahead and say, this is the body of the window, comma, and then your third item is going to be the title of the window, so you could be like, this is the title. And then the very last thing you're going to do is just going to be JOptionPane .plain message in all caps and underscore in between. Okay, so now here's our command. It's kind of long, but when we run this program, you see that it actually gives us, wait for it, a window. Oh my god, look, we actually made a window in Java. Now, of course, this is a very simple, very simple way of doing it, because JOptionPane has a lot of basic functions, basic features that it already has built in. So, like, for example, the OK button says to close it, this says to close it, it gives you the options, and it fills everything in for you, it gives you dimensions. But more complicated, and this works on both Mac and PC, by the way, but more complicated GUIs would require more. And when we get into more complicated GUIs, I think I'm going to be doing it once I get Windows 7, because I find that, at least for me, it's easier to work with GUIs on a Windows machine, especially since that's really the way I know how to do it. But we are not done yet. So that's the way you make a plain message. But you can also do input with JOptionPane. So what you would do is, you don't need a scan or anything. You just say string, string name, and set it equal to JOptionPane dot show input dialog. And then you don't have to have all that four things anymore. This time all we have to do is put what we want it to say in the dialog box. So we want it to say, what is your name? And then we can make this a little bit more complicated. We can say if name equals Basil. So you can still do stuff like this, because again, at the end of the day, this is still just a string. So you can still code with the stuff that we already know how to do. And then we could say JOptionPane dot show message dialog. You can fill this in yourself, but I just find it fun to type everything out. What's up, Basil? yeah, I'm weird. Anyway, JOptionPane.plain message. Actually, the thing about this is that you don't need to do .plain message. There's a lot of different options here that you can choose from. For example, it could be I don't know, warning message. So you'll see what that does in a second. Actually, I don't even know what it does. I don't think I've ever used warning message before. But pretty much, if we run this program now, what it's going to do is it's going to say, this is the title, this is the body. When we hit OK, it's going to give us the input dialog. What is your name? If I put in, oh, it's still in caps lock. If I put in Basil, it'll say, what's up, Basil? Except that it'll have a little warning icon here. And I think the icon is similar on PC. I'm not sure it's the same, though. It's just the basic Java icon. So all this stuff is basic Java windows. Thanks for watching. This has been tutorial 9. There may be a gap between the next one because I'd like to work with more complex GUIs, but I'm going to need to be using a Windows machine for that. I could use my sister's computer, or I could just wait until I get the stupid Windows 7 on this machine, which I might get soon anyway. In fact, I might get it today. So just keep an eye out for that. Also, more After Effects on the way. I know I've only done one video of that, but I have some other things that I'm planning to do. And thanks for watching. This has been Basil from TechnoTalk. See ya.